tech insiders are gearing up for the two other big names reporting this week. Facebook and Twitter will be out with their numbers Wednesday. Twitter first up, 8 a.m. Eastern, with Facebook following after the closing bell. To give us a taste of what is to come, I want to bring in Bloomberg Technology, Sarah Fryer and Selena Wang, who cover Facebook and Twitter. So we didn't see a big impact on Alphabet. Will we, Sarah, see an impact from this Cambridge Analytica scandal and more on Facebook's numbers?
Now, that scandal hit in March, but people are going to be looking at some changes that Facebook made even earlier in anticipation of these content problems, of just the issues with people seeing things on their site like fake news. And so they tweaked their newsfeed algorithm in January to emphasize more from people, friends and family, as opposed to news and pages. And we should be able to see the impact of that in this quarter. Is that affecting engagement? Is that affecting ad revenue? We're not sure yet. And then there's another aspect of this, which is engagement. Facebook users are spending less time on Facebook, and that's a huge issue if it's not by Facebook's own design.
Twitter shares were also dragged down as a result of what was happening at Facebook. Selena, how much of an impact will we see at Twitter from the sort of ancillary privacy concerns that if they affect Facebook, they likely also affect Twitter?
Twitter has managed to mostly stay out of the limelight because of the way that the platform is created. It's already public by nature, so most of the data that they are selling to third-party services, to advertisers, is already publicly available anyways. However, lawmakers are calling for Jack Dorsey and the Google CEO to go to Capitol Hill and testify. There will probably be questions from analysts around what's going to be the impact of GDPR. How are they responding to the Cambridge Analytica scandal, and how are they maybe going to adjust their developer policies and advertise policies as a result of what happened to Facebook? However, they have mostly been shielded from a lot of the issues that Facebook faced, and on one of the days of Zuckerberg's testimonies, we actually saw Twitter shares increase. So there was some potentially positive tailwind to Twitter as a result of what happened to Facebook.
Well, Facebook shares also increased because Mark Zuckerberg seemed to be doing well, but also, let's be honest, questions weren't that great. Sarah, what are investors saying at this point? We spoke to Mark Mahaney of RBC Capital Markets last week, who said he thinks that this is just going to be a blip for Facebook.
Yeah, he sees it as a
size. People aren't going to leave because they really can't get that size of an audience anywhere else.
Mahaney sees this as sort of a PR crisis, and a lot of investors are in that same camp. And in some ways, it is because it's a trust crisis. I mean, this is a problem with users feeling like they can't trust Facebook with their data. But remember that it's not just Facebook. Facebook owns Instagram, they own WhatsApp, they own Messenger, they own all these other properties that can contribute to that bottom line and that advertising revenue.
But Facebook is the moneymaker right
Facebook is by far the moneymaker. So the number one question we're going to see from investors is, are people still coming to Facebook? Has there been a significant decrease in the amount of time people spent on Facebook? And can Facebook come out and say that that was their decision to try to, remember in the prior quarter, they said that they saw 50 minutes fewer per day on Facebook spent by people because they were trying to shield them from viral video and fake news, and it was for their own benefit. What if it's not by Facebook's design, and what if people just don't want to be on Facebook anymore? That's what investors will be digging into and trying to make sure that any of these changes in behavior on Facebook, that's what advertisers care about. The more time people spend there, the more data they give to Facebook, the more information that advertisers have, and the more context around their ads.
Now, Selena, give us some context on what we're expecting around Twitter regarding, re-accelerating user growth, engagement, and, how this will all play out as a result of their live streaming strategy.
Sentiment has really been improving for Twitter. The idea was that they had a really rough past few years, but they're now really truly stabilizing. Revenue is expected to accelerate. Daily active user growth has been accelerating for several quarters. That's expected to continue. And a lot of that is really because of Jack Dorsey's emphasis on artificial intelligence to really personalize the platform. So it's no longer a chronological feed. It's trying to feed you the most important and relevant information to you. Live streaming's also been a great benefit to them. We're seeing video advertising grow as their main category of revenue growth. Advertisers love live streaming. It's a premium way to get their branded messaging into a more natural environment. It also is more expensive, which is better for Twitter's top line. They're also really starting to find their own niche in the live streaming world. Facebook obviously has Facebook Watch. They've poured a ton of money to it, but Twitter's really trying to say, we have a different strategy here. We're not trying to directly compete with TV like what YouTube and Facebook and Hulu and Netflix are doing. We're trying to be that second screen that's able to sort of provide an augmented experience to what's already happening on TV.